What's going on, Pulsicans and Hexicans? This is the loudest megaphone in Pulse Chain Land, the DeFi Crypto Alliance show. Welcome. I am super pumped that you guys are here today on this kind of bearish news Thursday, although the market, I don't know, it's not reacting how I thought it would react, which is a good thing. But what is going on, Pulse Chain? What is going on, Hexicans? Man, boom, baby. I am feeling pumped. I'm feeling fine. I hit the gym, getting back in my routine. Always feels good when you're on vacation and you come back and you can finally settle back into your normal routine, your normal systems and processes, your normal operation, your normal whatever it is that you do. For me, it's obviously I work on my health every single day. If you're not working on health, I don't know what you're doing. Health is wealth. There's no point in making millions of dollars if you're going to have just a junk ass body. You have to work on the body. The body is a temple. It was given to us by God. I don't want to get religious on the show, but depending on what you believe in, for me, it's God, right? The body was given to us to take care of and to make sure that it stays in good condition. And we control a lot of the biomarkers in our body and the health factors that come out of those biomarkers over the long haul by the stuff we put in it, by the exercise we do, and just taking care of the body and treat it like a temple. So, little rant there for you on health. I love it. I'm all about it. Hope you guys are all about it too. I've been on this health journey now for an entire year. Today is my daughter's 4-year birthday, and it was right around her birthday last year when I started taking my health with extreme seriousness. Like when I was like, you know what, it is time to really buckle down, take care of my hemoglobin A1C hemoglobin, get that down, make sure my LDLs are down, and make sure that I'm putting on some strength, some muscle, so that way I can live to be 120, 130, 140, maybe 150 with technology and the way things are going. And I could be around and see my daughter grow up and be part of her life, and be part of those special moments and be fully active mentally and physically. And that's very, very important to me. So today kind of marks that 1-year anniversary for me, my health journey. And also it's my daughter's 4-year birthday. We're going to have a good time tonight. We're going to do a little family get together party. And then Saturday, she's having all her friends come over, which will be pretty fun. Her school friends, and they're going to, just, I don't know, play. I don't know what 4-year-olds do. So that'll be great. And yeah, today was interesting, huh, guys? PPI came in extremely hot. This is a very interesting what I'm observing in the market too. You have PPI coming in at 3.3%, where expected was around 2.5. Once again, this is another indicator of inflation. And at first, markets didn't like it. It was taking a massive dip, especially Bitcoin. Bitcoin took a nice dip. And Ethereum did too, but then now Ethereum's kind of bouncing back. It's kind of crazy. Ethereum's, people are eating up the dip. We're at $4,605 on ETH. We dropped down to around 4,000, 490. So it's highly volatile right now. We were at 4,000, almost 4,800 prior to the news. And so, so we're still on a bit of a dip, but it's holding pretty well, like 4,600 from 4,800. It's down a couple $100, from this bearish news that we just received. Bitcoin, where is it holding at right now? I think Bitcoin's on a bigger dip. Bitcoin's, 118,000, that's down from 124. So, and, as far as like the size of these things, these assets, Bitcoin's on a bigger dip, and it's getting affected more there, which tells me that, it's still Ethereum season. It's like the old saying goes, let me see how, I don't want to butcher it. Like, how do you know when you're in a bull market? Well, if you get bearish news in a bull market and you still tend to move sideways or up in bearish news, well, that's a bull market. Because if it was a bear market, that bearish news would have sent us to Goblin Town. It seems like we're holding our own though. And that's the same. It's the same in reverse, right? Like if you're in a bear market, if you get bullish news and the market does not respond to it and you still continue down or sideways, well, that's because you're in a bear market. So bearish news does not affect the assets the way people think they will in a bull, and then vice versa too on on a bear market. So that's how you kind of tell we're here. We're in ETH season. We are going to continue moving sideways and up, in my opinion. And what's even more remarkable is the pulse chain assets are hanging out doing the same thing. They haven't really, the news hasn't really affected them too much, which is crazy. I feel like sometimes pulse chain's ahead of the curve when it comes to like front running the news and front running Ethereum. Like pulse chain's going to be hanging out in these levels for the last few days, and it's almost like it knows something is coming up. I don't know. It's just kind of funny how it works that way. But let me go to the secret chart, because that's why you guys come here. Is you want to see what's going on as far as pulse measured against ETH on the weekly, because that's all we really care about when it comes down to it. So let me share my screen and see what we are doing. Nothing crazy. We're still hanging out in the levels that I anticipated that we'd hang out in. And actually, we're making the formation that I want. Like, this is what I want to happen. And you guys who are based will understand. I want this to happen. I've been saying this on the show for a long time now. When the price was up here, I said I didn't like that. It's not what I want to see. I don't like V bottoms. Markets don't like V bottoms, and markets tend to respond negatively against the V bottom. So I don't trust those pumps. We need good market structure. And with lower highs like this, or higher lows, you would create good market structure. So we need pulse to come down against Ethereum. I know that sucks, guys. It sucks. I get it, but it's temporary. Right? It's just for the time being, so we can create this market structure, and then create that higher low, and then go off to the races, then go off to Valhalla, then go off to the moon. This is on the weekly. This is what I want to see happen. And another thing about this chart is that it looks just like, let me remove my squiggly lines. It also looks like the if you guys are familiar with what's it called? Oh, I can't think of the name right now. This is what they call the spring event. If it comes to me, if you guys drop in the chat for me real quick and let me know, this is what they call the spring in the Wyckoff accumulation. There we go. In the Wyckoff accumulation, if you guys pull up that diagram, that's exactly what this looks like. And this looks like the spring, but we still need that lower high to come in and give us good market structure for true Wyckoff accumulation to take place. So it does look like it's happening, which is great. Once again, Pulse is holding its own. Like, I don't know, guys. I see a lot of people fudding, of course, on Twitter, and that's just what they do. A lot of KOLs have completely gone, absolutely bearish, and just like capitulated their bags, and they want misery loves company all over the place. And man, Pulse is hanging out 405. Dude, we're holding the last pump. That we are holding the position on the last pump. This is super bullish because we just got bearish news this morning. Pulse X at 40385, holding the last pump. Ink at $1.95. I like to see it over $2, but still, we're there. We're at the $2 mark, and then Hex sitting at about 1.2 cents. So I mean, we're holding the positions, guys. We are holding the last pump, and Ethereum right, is holding too. It's only down a couple $100. Now, of course, this is the beginning of the day. Maybe throughout the day, all this stuff gets flushed out. Maybe we go to zero. Who freaking knows? I don't know. I'm just a guy in the internet who speculates on his own money. It's never financial advice. You make your own decisions. Push the buy and sell button, and you can push sell, right? Go buy stocks and bonds, like Sami says, right? I don't care. This is but what I'm doing. I'm holding. I'm diamond handing this. I like what I'm seeing in the charts so far. Let's see if we get more volatility as the day goes on. But Ethereum holding at 30 or $4,600 is very strong if we can keep these levels. Maybe it goes down to 44, 43, who knows, but we're still holding the majority of the last pump. And that's what we want to see. Once again, bull markets, when you have bearish news, it doesn't affect the charts when you as far as price performance. And then the opposite is true when it comes to bear markets. So yeah, interesting stuff. What is most doing? Most is probably a little more volatile. Most is at 3.2 cents. Not too shabby. It was like 6 or 7 a few days ago. So it's also holding its own. It's down 2% on the 24-hour. That's not bad at all, guys. These assets are holding up well in these bearish news. I love what I'm seeing. This is bullish, guys. This is seriously bullish because we're the mostest with the mostest on this show. And I got my bags. I got my seat at the table. I'm ready for this to pump to Valhalla. But man, it's super exciting stuff, man. PPI comes in hot, and we're holding our own. And who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. But if by the end of today, we are still in these price ranges, and Ethereum is still around that 4,500, 44 maybe, up to 4,700. Man, if we're still holding those levels by the end of the day, that means PPI news didn't mean shit for our assets, and that means it is go time when the sentiment starts to shift again. I still think Fed will cut rates here in September, just because there's so much other things going on in the markets that look like something is breaking. I shared a lot of that data on my show on Monday. A lot of this stuff is in the real estate sector that we're seeing stuff that is not good data. Like, for example, we are in the lowest that we've ever seen since the 1970s of new couples and home ownerships taking place. It's the lowest it's ever been. And so this is not a good statistic. Homes are highest that they've ever been when you compare it against a dollar, even taking into account inflation. It's just that we're not seeing good things happening in real estate market. Inventory is ticking up like crazy all over the nation. And so, these things are massive indicators to a recession coming in the horizon. Now, real estate's really slow. So this is like, we're looking 2026, maybe 2027, but we need to keep this in consideration with these metrics in place, showing us when the next recession is going to be. These digital asset classes is our way to make wealth right now and take us to Valhalla. So yeah, the writing's on the wall. Let's go ahead and make that money. And so that way we could take that wealth and position it right into the wealth preservation side of things. I will, be talking heavily on the show when real estate is down 60-70%, because that's where it could go, especially in these A+ markets like Arizona, Utah, California, New Mexico, Washington, Oregon. These are what we call A markets. You have B markets where, that's kind of some of the Florida, Georgia, New York, that's the main market. The Carolinas are B markets. And then you have like C markets. It's like all the Midwest, right? Oklahoma, New Orleans, and everywhere up in the Midwest is C markets, Ohio. And those will be the ones that will be C markets are the least hit when it comes to price performance. They don't get hammered very much because they don't go up in a bull market very much. They make more in passive income. The properties kind of hold their value more. Where like in A markets like California, properties can get way over inflated. Like the bubbles come into place a lot easier in A markets than they do C markets. And so when crashes come, that's where you see it the most. is like in California, Utah, Arizona, and I'm from Arizona, so I'll be picking up a bunch of properties in this next recession and going through and locking in a lot of that legacy wealth that we've created from crypto. So once again, we're passionate about wealth creation in this show, but also wealth preservation in this show is very important to me, and I'll be using some real world assets for that when the time comes. And it gets perfect timing, guys. I mean, can you imagine coming out of a bull run in crypto, getting 20x, 50x, 100x on your assets? Who knows how high this stuff goes, but it's higher than we possibly can ever imagine. And then you're taking that money and then rolling it into another asset class that's at the bottom of a bear market. The timing could be so perfect if we play our cards right. And that's what I'm seeing, man. That's what I'm seeing it play out. And I know it just from talking to a lot of my real estate buddies. A lot of their businesses are very they're hurting. Basically, they're hurting. Where before some of these guys were doing like anywhere from 20 to 40 deals a month, and now they're having a hard time doing 5 to 10 deals a month, right? And sometimes when you have a big operation, it takes 5 deals a month just to pay the bills. Just to pay the bills and keep the lights on. You start dipping into that, then you get close to bankruptcy when you're running these big real estate operations that like one I used to own that I shut down in 2022. And so, yeah, it's interesting to see. But I think if we play our cards right, we can really lock in some legacy wealth gains by using crypto and using real estate, coupling these two assets to classes together. And I'll be your number one source of information as we're kind of moving through. Obviously, you guys will have your thumb on the pulse as far as the cycle is concerned with crypto, and I'll have my thumb on the pulse when it comes to real estate stuff. And guys, remember, you can use a trust, DeFiWealthTrust.com. It's in the show notes. Go book your call with Chris. It's free. He's a financial advisor. He's a natural accountant, tax strategist. He's all those things. He's licensed. I am not. I can't answer the hard questions, but he can. He's licensed to answer the hard questions. So book a call with him. Completely free to get that call, and then it's completely free to set up the trust. I was talking to someone in DMs yesterday, and he was talking about, hey man, I don't want to set the trust up because if I don't use it, I'm afraid that I'm going to have to pay for it to be dissolved. I'm like, no, you don't. There's no harm, no foul. There's no fees. There's no penalties if you don't use the trust. Set the trust up. Have it ready to go for you and your assets. And then you can use it if you need it. Like he's like, well, I'm not sure if I'm going to get the gains I need. I'm like, well, what do you need, man? I mean, like, you don't need a lot, right? And 15x is, we could sneeze and get that. We could sneeze and get a 20x. Do we get a 50x, 100x? I don't know. You don't know either, and that's the problem. If you don't know what kind of gains we're going to get, then how can you anticipate I'm not going to get enough gains to use the trust? You don't. So go ahead and just create the trust. It's free. There's no risk. Right? Set it up. And then if you use it, great. It's there for you. If you get the mad gains that we all think we're going to get, it's there and ready for you to roll your profits into and not pay the tax man. F him, man. He didn't take the risk with you. He didn't invest with you. He didn't just sit through all this effing FUD, right? The tax man, screw that guy. That's why I moved to Puerto Rico, is because I didn't want to deal with that shit, right? Even when it comes to paying taxes on my business. I don't want to deal with it, man. They don't take the risk with me. I can literally take that 30% and use that piece of the puzzle, right? That piece of the pie to like compound and grow my legacy wealth for my children. Just that part right there. And I can, if I wanted to, I can go F off and blow the rest of the money. But that piece right there, I literally could like use that for legacy wealth for my kids. And you guys can too if you play the game like the rich and wealthy play, and they use trust and vehicles like this to play the game. Well, they moved to Puerto Rico, but not everybody's going to move to Puerto Rico. Like it's not easy. It's just been a absolute nightmare on some fronts. Like when we got back from Shanghai, the power was out for 3 days. Freaking ridiculous. And then now we have like maybe a hurricane coming. It should be hitting the island. Well, the edge of it's hitting. I don't know how much it's actually going to hit the island, but it looks like we might catch the edge of it on Saturday. And in Puerto Rico, they suck, right? As far as the infrastructure. And so like just a little bit of rain and then the power's out for another 2 or 3 days again. It's like, God, It's that part is what sucks. Right. I'm not worried about the hurricane because it's not like a cat 4 or cat 5. I'm just worried about the power going out. So yeah, so yeah, Puerto Rico's not a good option for everybody, but this trust is, man. This trust is can be a good if you're in the United States and you don't want to pay taxes, man, that is the way to go, in my opinion. And you can use DeFi. You can hold your own keys. You're the one who pushes your own buttons. You're your own custodian. We train these guys into DeFi, right? We onboard them into Pulse Chain, so they understand how this stuff works. So that's very important to know. And then you can grow your wealth. You can buy real estate. You could buy like stocks, bonds, whatever you want, and then you can go back into crypto, all that, and it's all tax deferred. So yeah, it's in the show notes. Go book a call with Chris. Highly recommended if you're truly serious about that legacy wealth preservation piece when the time comes. Because, man, you guys are going to have the opportunity. Mark my words. Not financial advice. Once again, I'm just a guy on the internet. What the hell do I know? I got a peanut brain. That's for damn sure. And but I do know how to make sure my money is always working for me on my behalf, my kids' behalf, and growing that wealth at any given time. And that is the key. And paying the tax man is not going to get you legacy wealth. I'll tell you that. So 89 of you guys watching, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I got 24 of you guys over on YouTube. Smash the like, hit the subscribe for me, man. If you like this content, if you like this information, if you want to follow along and knowing what I'll be doing in the top of the bull, where I'll be investing my money and how I'll be preserving my wealth, follow along, man. We'll be talking about that stuff. That's one where that's somewhere I can kind of give financial advice. Is like, hey, go buy real estate, right? I don't think I can get too much trouble for that, especially when the time comes and real estate's on sale for 60% off in these A markets. And it's like, you can go buy the dip. You can go buy the dip of a lifetime. I told this story on the show the other day. Like the last massive crash in real estate, the bottom was around 2009, 2011. I was not in real estate at the time. In fact, I remember I was working in the casino industry. I was a blackjack dealer, and I was looking to buy a house, and I was scared to buy a house because of the crash that was going on. It should have been the opposite, right? Like there was my emotions, telling me the opposite thing to do. I should be buying up everything, and I was scared to buy. But I have friends, friends who I made friends with when I got into real estate, who went and bought that dip. Man, they were buying houses in Maryville. Maryville is a very family-orientated place. Houses are built in 1970, 1980 in Phoenix, and they were picking properties up for $20,000. Like, that's the full price. They were picking properties up, and they were going and using other people's money, hard money, to go buy these properties. And they went and picked up, 10, 20, 30 of them. And these last couple of years, I've been selling them at $400,000, $500,000 a pop. Dude, that's crypto gains and real estate. And it's only over the course of the last 16, 17 years. That's insane money. These guys are like mad wealthy, right? Like that is insane. Those opportunities only come around every couple decades. And I think we're about to see that again, because real estate works off of 18.5 year cycles. And we're about to come up on the end of this 18.5 year cycle. So take these mad effing gains in crypto, place them at the right time in real estate or whatever else, and then come back and buy the bottom of crypto, and you will be in a good place. Man, so follow along if you want that kind of content, you want that kind of information as we're moving along this market. I present a lot of data on the real estate crash coming up on Monday's show. I think it's called I Predicted the Next Market Crash, something like that. Go watch that show and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But man, it's coming, and it's still a little ways out, right? Real estate moves slow, very slow. Crypto moves fast. We are here. We're in altcoin season. So that's the key, man. Let's check in with you guys. See how everyone's doing here. Mr. Cripple J, what's up, man? E doesn't care about the PPI. Send it higher. Yeah, man, it's holding its own, dude. Let me go back and check the price one more time. Yeah, it's 4,600, man. It's down a couple $100. Like, this is bull market shit, right? bearish news, and ETH is just kind of hanging out saying, yeah, I don't care. I don't care about your bearish news. Most is almost at all-time low versus Pulse right now. Really, when the public goes to check out Pump Tires, they will find Most was the first coin to launch, first mover advantage. Man, it's at all-time low. You're making me want to swap some of my Pulse into Most. And I got a nice bag. Like, my bag's good. Like, I'm not the smallest guy in the block, but I'm not the biggest guy in the block either. But man, it's all-time low. I'm gonna have to look at that chart and see, is it creating market structure though, Mr. Crypto J? Is there like a W that is printing? Is there market structure that's showing that a reversal could be coming? That's what I'll be most interested in knowing before I were to swap some of my Pulse into Most. That's good stuff. Oliver Moore, what's up, man? Hey, Corey, man, good morning to you, or wherever you're at in the world. I think you're in the U.S., so it's good morning still. Almost noon here in Puerto Rico. In Shanghai, it's almost midnight. I don't have my Shanghai hexagon on here watching my show anymore like I did in China. So are we on the verge of a bull market? Pulse Chain, gosh, it's been a long 4 years, washing out weekends and officially completed. I believe so, man. Go look at the charts, man. You can go look at Pulse against the dollar on the weekly. And that market structure that I like to talk about, where you get that massive W with lower highs, we have that in place, right? We have all that in place. And Pulse Chain, even with bearish news, is just hanging out. Like Hex is still almost at 1.2 cents at bearish news, right? You know, we're not seeing these massive whales completely destroy the price. I think there was a whale who exited out last week. But yeah, I mean, the buying is keeping up with the selling, which is good. That's a bull market trend, right? And I think we're there, bro. I do. Just you held on this long, held on just a little bit longer. Not much, man. Not much longer. Maybe just a little bit longer. Maybe like 30, 60, 90 days. Like that's it. We're going to be good. I think it's going to be a beautiful Christmas, right? Whether the altcoin season is done by then, the Pulse Chain bull run, maybe it's going on during that time, or maybe it's done, or maybe it's like really getting started in that time. I think Christmas is going to be beautiful this year. Duke of Booze, man. Cheers, everyone. Duke of Booze. If you guys didn't watch that show, he was on RH Max yesterday. He was also on my show last week. It was awesome, talking about how he's a big advocate of pump tires and making his own meme coin, and everyone should have their own meme coin, is what he's saying. And he had some very valid points. Good stuff. Hescalin, happy Thursday, Corey. Yeah, happy Thursday, bro. It's a good day today. We're ready to wind down the week, man. Matty Allen, what's up, man? How are we doing, bro? Man, you got the it's a Pulse Chain conference. I think it's a Pulse Chain conference coming up. Guys, if you're not tuning into that would be the best way to support the ecosystem, to go tune in, watch the Pulse Chain conference. I'm supposed to be on Saturday night. Hopefully I can make it, God willing, as long as I have power. We'll see. And that's going to be a fun event, man. I'm super stoked. The last time we had one of these events, I know we pumped. Who knows? Maybe it happens again. Oh man, there he is. Fast Abdul. He's here for the tech. I'm here for the gains, bro. You build the tech, I make the gains. That's a good deal, right? That's a good deal. You just keep doing that, bro. Have you ever come back on the show, man? We haven't had you on in a long time. Matty Allen, meet any new billionaires lately? Yeah, man. He's got the dude. The hell is his name? Brock Pierce, lives out here in Puerto Rico. Coming on, man. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Yep, he sure did. He sure did. But I had to use a DeLorean. I had to go back and meet said billionaire. You can do that and go back and find a bunch of billionaires and get them on your on the Pulse Chain conference. Hey, Crypto Mike, what's going on? Hey guys, how are we doing? What's up, Crypto Freeman? How are we doing, my friend? Moonmut, what's up, bro? Good afternoon, my friends. Is it afternoon where you're at? It's almost afternoon. It's almost lunchtime. I could feel my stomach growling, so we're almost there. Crypto Mike, great advice, man. I'm telling you, bro. Like, this is going to be the biggest transfer of wealth that we could participate in if we play our cards right. Now, I know most of you guys aren't going to like this, but just staying in crypto is not the way to do it, right? Like you got to play the market cycle. When the market cycle is telling you to take profits and get out and altcoin season's over, do so, right? And go in and buy the macro dip. It's coming. It's coming. This is what I've been preparing for. That's why I sold out a lot of my real estate back in 2022. 22, 23, I exited out of my portfolio out. I got a couple houses left. That's about it. But I exited out, man. I saw the writing on the walls. I'm getting the hell out. Use this money for crypto, although I wish I'd have waited a little longer to put that money in crypto, and that's fine. It's whatever. But real estate was at its top, and it's still topping. And but it's the writing's on the wall. It's on the wall. Brazology, what's up, man? Is it early for you, bro? Shouldn't you be night dreaming about racing cars? Man, it would still be awesome if you put the ink on the logo on that hood. And I get it. You don't want to get freaking rinsed. I know. But it would be cool to have that on there. And especially as, that shit's getting broadcasted on TV, man. It would be cool. But yeah, I get it, man. The Libyans, yes. Takes men's swim fashion to Speedo to not Speedo. What is this about? Brizology, you're wearing a Speedo, bro? How's going on there? Corey Capal, pull off the Speedo. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just, wear it in front of my wife is about it. I'm not going to wear it for you guys. Oh, man. The banana hammock is a flex. I agree, man. The banana hammock I got a hammock in my backyard. Although right now it's a little bit hot outside to just hang out in it. But man, when it's wintertime here in Puerto Rico, I just hang out there and take a nap in it. We need Hex branded Speedos. I might wear it. We should all wear a Hex branded Speedo and then go on the Pulse Chain conference. Maddie, can we do that? Is that permitted? Lunacy Point, hey gang, what is going on? Lita Sue Point, thank you so much. Oh hell no on the Speedos. I mean, I don't know how Briz is gonna look in it, but we can try it. 30% off, bro. It's coming. It's coming. The 18.5 year cycles is almost up. 18.5 years is somewhere in mid 2026. Now that we land right on that 2026 midpoint, I don't know. Or it happens in 2027. But the other funny part is if you go follow the Binner cycle, I know you guys have seen that, right? It was created by a farmer in like 1920 or I don't know, even older than that. Like it's an old chart that shows you in the time that sell, and it says 2026. And so for a lot of macro stuff, that's when the time to exit everything out by 2026, in my opinion, or come and buy the dip. Yeah. No market structure, but I'm catching the falling knife, bro. Oh, man, I want market structure. Don't catch the falling knife. I want to go look at it, dude, because, if we could get an all-time new low on Pulse and get market structure, I will buy that dip. I will. I like my most bag, man. I wouldn't mind, dollar cost averaging down, getting that cost basis down, especially versus Pulse. Yeah, we are the mostest with the mostest on this stream, on this show. So we got to continue doing so, being the mostest with the mostest. Gotta catch some lunch. Great to listen to the first part of the show. Yeah, bro. Take it easy, man. I'll see you this weekend. Good luck. Hello, my lovelies. Oh, Tam. Hello to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for showing up and hitting the lock button, the like button, but lock it in because you're locking your gains in by liking the lock button on my show. That's what you're doing. Yep, Maddie Allen is going to be doing some awesome work this weekend. Super excited for it. Tam, you should go on the Pulse Chain conference. It would be awesome if you made an appearance on the Pulse Chain conference. I'm sure Maddie would be about it. If you hit him up, I'm just saying, I don't know. You don't have to. It would be fun, though. We would all love it. Oliver, I'm thinking about buying one PWBTC, which has been showing a lot of ticket. When he made that tweet the other day, I picked up a very small bag. Yeah. Now it's like you're kind of buying the top of the green candle when you measure against first pulse. It might have a pullback. But I bought a small bag when he made that tweet. A very small bag, yeah, he made that tweet, and I was like, "Uh-oh, I know what that means." And so I took a little bit of Pulse and I swapped it into the People's Bitcoin. Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's a small trade. Let's see where it goes. I don't know. Maybe it goes to zero. William, hey Corey, Richard's going to make 30,000 millionaires in 6 months or less. 30,000 millionaires is that what you project? Is like how many people are in Pulse Chain right now? Is that why? Oh, I'm just curious where you got the 30,000 number from, but that's awesome. You'll be one of them. And I bought some Pulse X from Fetch Capital. Why not? I love that, Oliver. Pulse X is still the best price chart in crypto, in my opinion. It is just a 2-year pennant forming, only slightly up and to the right the whole entire time. Like, dude, when it breaks out, it's over. Brizology and a Speedo. Hex brand of Speedo, Borat style, man. You're not gonna catch me wearing it. Maybe Hex Monkey will wear one. That'd be a good top signal. We could make a music video like all you OGs did at the Hex top dancing, and we could be in a bunch of Speedos. Yeah, that could be fun. Need to work on my 6-pack a bit. Come on, Oliver. Let's get it going, bro. Hit that gym. Get the gains in. Got to work on the health alongside the wealth, right? What's the point of making millions of dollars if we're just going to get old and die? That part sucks. Like, you can prevent a lot of that by hitting the gym, getting your cardio in, eating right. Don't eat processed food. Don't eat fast food. Don't eat all the shit. And live a long time and enjoy this money that you're about to make. Absolutely, Tam Tam. You should be on there. You're one of the best. Beyond all, what is your view on Hart's Law between Pulse and ETH, which up to the right, down to the right? Yeah, Hart's Law does matter, but what matters more is direct buy and sell pressure. And so, yeah, we've seen Pulse have a move up alongside with Ethereum just recently in the last month. If you go look at the chart, we've had a nice push up over the last month. It's been very good. We're creating that W that I talk about on the price chart on the weekly just in the last month. And a lot of that because of ETH, but it's also a lot of it because of buy pressure coming in. Liberty Swap had a good part of that. They helped out with getting connections to other blockchains and getting that direct liquidity over. So I think it helps, but it's definitely not the bigger picture, in my opinion. So yeah, guessing real active users. That's probably okay. That makes sense, man. I can see that, dude. And 30,000, man, I'm all about it, bro. I'm in there. I'm an active user. Like I said, literally, I just bought a little bit of the PWBTC just a couple days ago. Was it yesterday or 2 days? Maybe 2 days ago. Whenever he made that tweet, I put a little bit in. I knew it was going to run, and it did. It ran, and it still could run more. So you still might be okay buying, but maybe you wait for a little pullback. Who knows? At least against Pulse, not against the dollar. The final stages of setting up the trust with Chris. Let's go. Grateful for you guys. God bless. There you go, man. William, he's preparing himself for wealth preservation, and it's there, right? Even if you don't use it, there's no harm, no foul. Like, you don't, like, whatever. Like, you might have to pay a little bit of money for the LLC. That's like, maybe $200 or $300. It's not a lot of money. Of course, there's the time you have to put in. But man, it's gonna be all worth it if we get even close to what we think we might get out of this. The trust is gonna be worth it, right? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't see why anyone in the US would not create it. I really don't. Corey, I run 5K a day. Oh, that's awesome, man. I see a bit of a fat loss, but damn it gets harder than before to see my 6-pack. Yeah. So if you add in just a little bit of strength training, a little bit of resistance training, you don't have to be like nothing crazy. Maybe like twice a week, you add in 20 minutes of resistance training just to start out with, right? And do the bigger sets of your muscles. Like, your quads on your legs are huge, like doing squats, barbell squats, and then doing the chest, maybe the back, and just putting a little bit of work in there. What happens is that it's not cardio, but that caloric burn that you're gonna kind of conjure up there from the strength training that you're going to create will last all day long through the day with you. It carries all day and you burn more calories. So right now I'm burning more calories doing this stream with you guys because I did do strength training this morning versus had I not done strength training this morning, right? I'm sitting here, I'm sitting on my ass, I'm talking to you guys, I'm having a good time, and I'm burning more calories because my body's in there repairing itself and doing what it needs to do while I'm resting. So add that in there, and then you can work on your abs too while you're doing that. Now, abs is twofold, right? This is where people get it wrong. People are like, well, if I just do strength training or resistance training against my abs, I'll create abs. No, you already have abs. Everybody's got abs. Is that we get that visceral fat that covers the abs, right? We need to get rid of if I'm saying it right, visceral fat, so the stubborn fat that accumulates in our stomach, especially as we get older. It sucks for men. That's where fat wants to go for some reason. It's just dumb. But we have to remove that fat, and cardio is a great way to do that. Diet, but also strength training. Get the fat removed, and then also work on the abs. So it's twofold, and you'll see those abs starting to shine through after a couple months, few months. But the key is you have to get rid of that visceral fat that loves the. I have it, man. It gets on there and it likes to accumulate around there. I got a little bit now because when I was in Shanghai, I gained 10 pounds. Some of it was muscle because I was still hitting the gym, but a lot of it was fat. And so now it's covering my stomach up again, where before I left to Shanghai, you could see my abs. That's fine. It means I just got to be hitting the gym and getting back in the routine of things and not eating so much shit. In Shanghai, we just ate because the food was so good. We just ate. And so now I'm not going to be eating so many calories. But keep at it, bro. Love to hear it, man. We need that longevity, man, because there's no point in making this money if we can't be around to enjoy it with our loved ones. That's just a fact, man. That's life. So I love it, man. Just bought another 125,000 most. I love it, bro. It's catching the falling knife. Man, DM me when you see market structure. I'll be watching it too. I'll be pulling up. I'll make it one of my favorite charts on Deck Screener to see where it lands. I want to see it land somewhere and start to show a sign of a reversal. And then, I might be aping. Frank White, bang, bang, post game, the best damn crypto community. I don't care what anyone says. You don't listen to the oranges. You don't listen to the stupid KOLs. It is the best damn crypto community, period. And that is why I'm here, because I'm going to win with you guys, and it is going to be fun. I told you to buy under 4. I did buy. I accumulated a lot there when you messaged me that one time. I did accumulate. I told you to tell me when you were getting some, and I did when it was at 13. Yeah, I did. I got some there. So I will be doing again if I need to. Yeah, because I'm happy with my bag. It's I accumulated enough. I'm like, okay, this is a good position. I'm happy. I have a seat at the table, but you always want more. I just don't like giving up my pulse. But I have my node validators. They create more pulse. So I'm always slowly increasing my position in pulse terms. It's not fast enough because these node validators only get about 10 to 12% APY, but it's still something. It's accumulating more pulse in the monthly, and I can use some of that to go buy most if I want, or whatever else I want, right? Like I said, I bought some of the people's Bitcoin. I took that trade just because when RH talks, people listen and they respond. Even though he said in his tweet, don't buy this, that's admin keys. He said that in his tweet. I'm like, man, ain't no one listening to that part. They don't hear that part. They just hear you shilling the people's Bitcoin and they're going to go buy it. Sure enough, they did. They bought it. I was like, fuck, man. You guys. It's hilarious. Oh, I love that. I bought SolidX in return because you recommended. Dude, I love that. It's going to happen, man. SolidX, bro. They're still building over there. He's getting licenses. He's getting all these licenses for everything to go live. The guy owns casinos in real life. It's going to have its actual utility. It's like buying shares in a casino is the best way to put it. And this guy has a shit ton of money, man. I've been talking $60 to $100 million in his wallets that is on-chain verifiable. and he's already been proven to buy his own shit up. Like, and the guy just makes a ton of money. And I like going into, I like backing people who are whales that have been shown to be benevolent. That's why I like RH, right? Shit. So, does it mean it's going to happen? It's guaranteed? No. But the risk versus the reward part is worth it for me, right? There's more risk by buying in Solid X versus buying Pulse for me. It's like there's more risk buying Pulse than is in Ethereum, right? It's the same thing. But buying Pulse gets me more rewards than buying Ethereum, and vice versa. Solid X can get me more rewards than Pulse, potentially. But could be wrong. My financial advice, guys, you do your own buy and selling. I could be totally wrong. Me and Crypto J, we could be sitting here and most in Solid X could go to zero. I don't know, right? This is what I'm doing my money. So never financial advice. But guys, on that note, I'm going to get out of here. It's been 45 minutes. Got 143 you guys watching. One more time, smash the likes. Hit the subscribe. Come on, send this show to the stratosphere for us. At 116 over on Twitter, give me a retweet over there. Be helping out a lot. Should be on tomorrow. And hopefully I'll be on Saturday evening for the Pulse Chain Conference. That should be a fun one. I think I'm on a panel with like 3 or 4 of the people. That'll be great. And yeah, go support that, guys. Let's get on there and watch. Even if there are people who are doing the conference or in the conference that you don't care for, but you like Pulse Chain, go support it. And that's all I got to say. So on that note, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's looking good, guys. We're holding our own. If we go to bed tonight and we are in these same price ranges, that's bull market shit. That's all I got to say. That is bull market shit. So, and have a great day, Hexicans. What about us Pulsicans? Huh? Hex Monkey? Man, I'm a Hexican too. That's my biggest bag. I'm not going to lie. So, peace.